Life is impermanent. The self is an illusion. Buddhism invites us to see the world and ourselves with open eyes.
Buddhism is not just a religion in Japan. It's a deep part of its cultural DNA, from architecture and literature to traditional values and rituals. Buddhist philosophy has influenced Japanese life for centuries. Today, this ancient wisdom lives on, not just in temples or scrolls, but in animation. Anime has become a modern canvas for exploring spiritual questions, identity, and morality. In this video, we'll explore how Buddhism shaped Japanese culture and how anime reflects those teachings, focusing on Death Note as a powerful example. Buddhism arrived in Japan in 552 CE through the Korean kingdom of Paekche. It quickly blended with local Shinto beliefs and Chinese teachings, forming unique Japanese schools like Zen, Pure Land, and Mahayana. Zen Buddhism emphasized meditation and direct experience, called Zazen. Pure Land. Buddhism introduced devotional chanting to be reborn in paradise. Mahayana embraced a wide range of beliefs and symbols. These spiritual schools deeply influenced Japanese ideals, like Mono no Aware. Symbols like mandalas, the Wheel of Life, and the Vajra became common spiritual tools, each one representing impermanence, enlightenment, and the cycles of rebirth. Visuals, scenes of Ryuk, light's transformation, close-ups of the Death Note, light, and shadow contrasts. Nowhere is the influence of Buddhist philosophy more symbolically powerful than in the anime Death Note. On the surface, it's a psychological thriller about a student who gains the power to kill anyone simply by writing their name. But underneath, Death Note is a spiritual allegory. Buddhism teaches that life is governed by karma and samsara, a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In Death Note, this idea is mirrored in the realm of the Shinigami, death gods who reside in a world similar to the Buddhist Bardo, the in-between state after death and before rebirth. Ryuk, the Shinigami who drops the Death Note into the human world, isn't evil. He's detached, watching human choices unfold. He symbolizes the Buddhist concept of impermanence and non-attachment. In contrast, Light Yagami represents ego and illusion. His initial desire to bring justice becomes a dangerous obsession. He believes he can play God, driven by raga, attachment, and moha, delusion. Buddhism warns that these lead to dukkha, suffering. The Death Note itself is symbolic. With its black cover and Gothic design, it becomes a false spiritual artifact, tempting light with the illusion of power. Visually, the anime uses light and shadow to reflect his growing moral corruption. Light's story doesn't lead to peace or balance. It leads to collapse. Modern anime blends traditional values with contemporary struggles, especially for younger audiences. A 2025 article explains how shows like Death Note and Demon Slayer use symbols from Buddhism, Shinto, and Bushido ethics to address questions of identity, justice, and purpose. Spiritual ideas like karma, purification, and honor are transformed into story arcs that resonate with youth. In Death Note, Light's Fall mirrors Buddhist warnings against clinging to ego and control. A YouTube essay titled "The Lie That Crushed God" links his downfall to Buddhist themes of nothingness and the 1R8, defilements, spiritual flaws like greed, pride, and anger. As younger audiences face a more secular world, anime becomes a way to explore spirituality on their own terms. In the end, Death Note is more than a story about crime and punishment. It's a meditation on ego, power, and impermanence. It shows what happens when we try to control life, when we cling to illusion instead of letting go. Buddhist philosophy teaches that true peace comes from non-attachment, humility, and balance. Death Note flips that lesson into a warning. The path of control leads to suffering, not salvation. Through layered symbolism and moral tension, anime continues to reflect the spiritual heart of Japanese culture. Buddhism isn't just in history books, it's in the stories we watch, the characters we follow, and the questions we keep asking.
Those who do not fear death will never be controlled. Reflect on that